to develop during the residency is also a tribute to my father. He died 6 years ago after a long and hard illness during which he was lying motionless in the bed, and the only perspective he had 24/7 was from the window in the room. It was the same room I was using while I was living with my parents. The window faces the garden owned by nuns, and those nuns ran the kindergarten I went to. As I didn't have many fond memories of that period, I didn't go there until about 10 years ago. Something made me want to enter again in that garden that I looked out of the window for years. But then something unexpected happened. Everything, absolutely everything in that garden remained the same as it was 20 years before, and I immediately returned to my childhood. What I realized then was that all of my visualizations of abstract concepts of life and death came from there. The garden is intersected by paths, and certain places, especially at the intersections of those paths, are identical to the images I carried in my head for years, and that was a big revelation to me. In my new installation, I would like to recreate the garden and the memories I have of it by using paper. Paper, especially natron type of paper, has a special meaning to me. I was surrounded by it when I was growing up. My parents were tailors, and we used to have these large rolls of natron paper around the house. Some of my earliest memories are of playing under the table while my dad tailors clothes for fashion boutiques in Zagreb in the 80s. This theme, the view from the window, is actually pretty current to the moment we're living in, stuck in the house due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Looking out of the window and imagining what kind of life we would live if we were allowed to go out, where would we go, what would we do. When you look at the same scenery over and over again, it starts to transform itself into something new. You project your thoughts and emotions onto it, and therefore you experience it differently. And suddenly, the physical, tangible space that surrounds you becomes an ephemeral space of your imagination.